Skies of Fox News alert the United Kingdom raising its terror threat level from substantial to severe. This in response to the crisis in the Middle East as ISIS militants continue executing religious minorities and Westerners in Iraq and Syria. Hello, everyone. I'm Julie Banderas in for Gretchen Carlson today. British Prime Minister David Cameron. Me on Twitter, a serious businessman wears dark blue or black to important meetings. I think it's a sign to enemies that he's a wimp.
This confirms he's a Marxist.
This
does. This confirms only Marxists would wear a tan suit. I mean, listen, presidents don't wear.
Interview, he only usually wears navy or dark gray. So he went off the fashion chart.
This is a crisis of international proportions.
This isn't, a red carpet. Two different press conferences, okay? First, you got two different leaders with two different, very, very different messages. President Obama yesterday saying that we don't have a strategy yet when talking about Syria. And then you've got the UK coming out and saying quite different, that they are now under a severe threat. And I want to quote David Cameron. He says, what we're facing in Iraq now with ISIL is a deeper and greater threat to our security than we have known before, when explaining why the UK has raised its terror threat level to severe. Shouldn't the U.S. be doing the same?
No. I didn't hear Cameron call him a JV team. I mean, certainly that will haunt President Obama forever.
No, of course not. By the way, this may shock you. We're on a different continent than England, okay?
No.
We're not in the same continent. If you actually look at the other things President Obama said yesterday.
That's the breakdown. Maybe President Obama doesn't either. Two people from
Minnesota have been killed. 2 Americans recently fighting for ISIS.
Yes, they went over to fight for ISIS. That is not. We're not. That's not ISIS coming. That's not them coming here to attack America.
But do you
colorblind with your suits? But just stand by real quick. We're going to check in with John Scott in for Shepard Smith, reporting live from the Fox. Ask you both, all of you, to weigh in on his apology. He seemed very sincere. This is obviously something he will never forget and probably never race the same way as he ever again.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they handled it as well as you could handle it. Terrible tragedy. And start punching it because I'm pissed at the snack car,
And you don't jump onto the track to flick off.
No. Not at the very beginning. At the very beginning, he said he was going to possibly race the next week.
Well, but he didn't, though.
Just wait real quick on his apology, first of all, and then we'll go into how they dealt with it right after the crash.
Look, he sounded contrite. Obviously, it's a serious stress.
Cars are racing around you at 150 miles an hour.
To get out and walk out and
we're living in a world now where we're eliminating marijuana laws, but
NASCAR handled the whole thing. I mean, after Kevin Ward Jr. was killed, they were actually going to continue the race and then later decided to put a halt on it. That seemed insensitive. Are they trying to make up?
Seemed insensitive?
I mean, it was insensitive, incredibly insensitive. And there, when he talks about the family, Ward's family, he's trying, it seems to me, you're a heck of a guy, beat the crap out of your fiance, we'll let you play. I mean, seriously? First of all, the rules that after 2 days of suspension, you're allowed to come back, so that's a terrible example. And I'm sure from a business standpoint, they don't want to peeve off women. They want women to watch football. I mean, it just seems, again, I don't buy it.
Well, see, this to me, vis-a-vis handling it.
Money, they've got the whole world watching, kids,
but let me,
teenagers,
but I got to make this point.
And this is the example they're going to set.
The National Football League has a terrible public image. A lot of sports do.
He never does that. He doesn't take. He does not take public criticism.
Well, he hardly ever reverses himself. This is somewhat unprecedented.
Never. NFL commissioner, by the way, needs to watch out for is this kid.